My friend and my partner in crime, Rochelle, and meet your new best friend in the kitchen. Rochelle, we gotta show them.
Let's show them.
This is the latest innovator from Ninja. It is actually 12 different products in one.
Yes.
It is new technology that no one else in America has.
Yes.
And it's the lowest price you'll find.
Yes! All of the above, Shannon.
Oh my gosh, I love it. So here's the thing. I know a lot of you have probably been watching all day like me, and doggone it, you little stinker. You know, I started the day saying, I don't need another appliance from Ninja. I buy every single one. I was white knuckling it. I'm like, I'm not gonna do it, I'm not gonna do it. And then I saw the steamed cake.
Oh, yes.
I know.
Right here.
Can we show them?
Let's show them the steamed cake before we even pull out dinner, because, I mean, dessert before dinner, why not? It's Friday night.
Man, right?
So this is the cake that we made in the Speedi, and this is the cake that we made in the oven. It is the same cake batter, the same pan, but this extra height you get from the steam. So the steam builds up, it creates more moisture, it creates more bubbles. And for me, I'm like, it's the same calories. I want to eat more cake. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Like those Bundt places, they steam their cakes. I can promise you, if there's an award-winning bakery, they're steaming your cake. So, all right. We had you at steam. Can we show one more thing and then I'll show them what's left?
Sure, absolutely. Okay. And so what I love about it is you are going to be able to steam and crisp your meals. And so we did shrimp on the top, and I'm actually just going to mix the shrimp in with, look at that.
Wait. Okay, on the bottom, can you give it a little stir-a-dur?
Sure, oh, absolutely.
So you want to do shrimp Alfredo, no separate pot, no boiling the water. Did that start from dry?
It started from dry. This was hard pasta that we did with broccoli, and then we did the shrimp on top with the crisping tray, so that way we could air fry it. So it steams from the bottom, air fries from the top, one pot meals. Your air fryer, I guarantee you at home, cannot make pasta or quinoa or rice and do a whole complete meal in just 15 minutes.
What, it was 15 minutes?
Yeah, 15 minutes.
See, now that I did not know.
This is a 15-minute
Rochelle and I talked before the show, but we were talking about our hair and how we didn't have time to eat. And just gonna be feeding me. Let me show you what we have left, Rochelle. I'm gonna come back for seconds in just a moment. Hey, Rick, how many of these do we even have left? Because this is your final presentation. And just so you know, oh man, if you've been watching, if you've been on TikTok, if this has been, you know, popped up in your social media feed, you could shop coast to coast. I don't care if it's the Bullseye, I don't care if it's your favorite W store. Let's show you that if purchased separately. We are launching, basically, we're serving up new technology that no one else in America has for this price. Because released at retail, I actually went to that big site named after a river, and I thought, okay, what can I find it for? $199, $200. That cake pan or multi-purpose pan, if you will, that's included for no additional cost. Guys, now is the time with a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee and a 5 flex pay. Make that call. Yes, you get recipes. Yes, you get the deep reservoir that even, of course, doubles as, you know, you're cooking, you know, sous vide chamber, if you will, because this will also do sous vide, it'll do slow cook. It'll make meals in 15 minutes. The measurements are even on the side. There's your air frying tray on top. So you choose it in the sea salt, and then I think we're calling this light gray in the system. I'm gonna be getting it in the light gray. We've already had a color sellout. In the light gray, we have 550 of them. We're gonna take 550 reservations. Hey, Mark, you tell me, is it easiest to get the shot with Rochelle, or can you guys see this control panel real quickly? I'm gonna scoot this over to the side. Because when we say 12-in-1, I know you're a little dubious. This is the only product of its type in the world where Speedi meals, you saw Rochelle do like a penne Alfredo in 15 minutes. It started from dry pasta. Let me say this again. You dump in dry pasta, a liquid, you put the air frying tray, which we include on top, you've got shrimp Alfredo, you hit one button in 15 minutes. If you only did it for that, this would pay for itself. Steam and crisp. Rochelle's gonna talk about that, but you can steam, but then you get the great crispiness that you really love. Steam and bake. I'll just tell you right now, I have an Instant Pot. I steam cakes. I don't bake cakes anymore. I only steam them. I love that product, but I'll be honest with you, it doesn't do what this does. It doesn't air fry. I mean, it doesn't steam and crisp. I mean, everything is lovely and cooks fast, but sometimes things look a little gray. This is the antithesis of that. Plus, you can do straight up steaming, your quinoa, your steel cut oats. Love to bake bread. How many of you started becoming bread bakers or baking rolls during COVID? It is an air fryer. We have sold Ninja air fryers for $199. Then you can bake. It is your oven. Bear in mind, this is an oven. You can broil. You want to do the best little steak kebabs, shrimp kebabs, vegetable kebabs with no mosquitoes, and even in the cold of January. It's a dehydrator. You can sear and saute. It's a slow cooker, and here's the one that blew me away. I spent $159 for a sous vide immersion. They're like those sticks that they have here at HSN. So, Rochelle, I don't care if you're doing egg bites or just French fries, you know, for the big Super Bowl coming up. No one has seen technology like this, have they?
Very true. And it's 6 quarts. I wanted to show you how much it can hold because we're doing a lot of layered meals tonight. But you can do up to 2 pounds of French fries. You can do your wings. You can do your, you know, your soups and stews even. It does have a slow cooker function.
Yeah.
But my favorite is the Speedi meals. That's why we call it the Speedi, is because you can get dinner done in 15 minutes, no matter what's in your refrigerator or your freezer or your pantry. And one of the cool things that Ninja did is they actually built a meal builder. So I'd love to show this to
Which you can use or not, because I gotta be honest, if you see the guy, I can't remember his name, on TikTok, he did these crispy chicken thigh recipe that I was gonna do, but it was raining. So recipes, but then you can load the app.
Absolutely. So we do have it in paper. If you want to use it in paper, we've got this great Speedi meals chart here. So you can basically pick your protein, you know, pick whether you want pasta or rice, you know, pick your vegetable, and it will tell you the time and the temperature and the setting to use. But then we also have the meal builder. And this is exciting because it's like doing takeout, except you're doing takeout at home.
Right.
And it will be done in 15 minutes, which is faster than it takes to drive to the store. So you basically, you know, you pick your protein, you pick your vegetable, you know, you pick all of the different things that you want. And so you just select it like you were ordering, you know, takeout. And then you go through and you select at the very bottom, it says build recipe. And you hit this build recipe button and it tells you exactly how to cook it. And so really it takes all the guesswork out of cooking. You know, I love that I can just pick something from my freezer or my pantry and know exactly what to make. But let me show you how easy it is. We're gonna start cooking.
Let's do it. Okay, Rick, can I give a quick little update? If you want the light gray, we now have the Final 500. So Final 500 on that light gray, that is also the most popular in this show. Can we show them how many have sold and what's left again? And listen, I don't want me to push anybody along, but I kind of have to, because at this point, we're almost completely gone. Almost 4,000, 3,800 gone. We have the last 1,500, and that does not take into account everybody who's in the various forms of ordering. I have sold Ninja air fryers for $199. I have sold sous vide immersion sticks, you know, or the immersion component for $159 on the air. I have sold slow cookers on the air. In fact, we've even had a weekly deal drop last week. It was a weekly deal drop at $60. So 12-in-1, one-touch function, 15 minutes to fabulous, and you can't mess it up. Even if you can't boil water, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter because this is going to do it for you. I love that you brought that up. So let's show you how easy it is. We're going to build a meal tonight. So I want you to pick your grain. So you have an option of pasta, quinoa, or rice.
Let me see. I'm going to do the rice.
Okay, so go ahead and put that in the pot. And then we have some chicken broth there for you. So it's 2 cups of chicken broth.
Perfect. Okay.
And then I want you to pick your vegetable. You've got broccoli, beans, and then like a vegetable medley. And you can use them all if you want.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna do the beans, which by the way take a long time to cook. And then can I throw in some broccoli there?
Sure, absolutely. Beans and broccoli. That sounds colorful and delicious.
All right.
And then I have, so that's on your bottom. So that's what's gonna steam. This is your crisper plate that's gonna help with the Speedi meal. So now you're gonna put your protein on top. So what would you like for your protein?
Can I do a surf and turf? What do you think?
You can do a surf and turf. Absolutely. Let's try it. Let's try it.
All right, because hey, Rick, if we want to show, now there's my surf, there's my surf, here's my turf. This is one of the Scudo and Son steaks coming up later this hour. So you'll probably see that graphic for this. Okay, now what do I do?
So now we're just gonna close the lid and there is a smart switch here that goes between air fry and rapid cook. So we want the rapid cook function. We have our Speedi meals selected on this side so you can see all of the selection. This is gonna be a Speedi meal, but if you also wanted to do something customized, it also has steam and crisp. So remember, it's gonna steam the rice and the beans at the bottom, and then it's going to air crisp the meats on the top. So the meats are gonna be wonderful and crispy and delicious and have that golden brown crispiness on them on the outside, and we're gonna get perfect rice with that wonderful fluffy texture on the bottom. So I'm gonna start, and in 15 minutes, we're going to have a perfect meal, the whole plate. So one pot cooking, all in one pot, but two different textures. So we have rice and we have our proteins. We have steak and salmon there in the top. So there's no other air fryer I know that can do both of those things at the same time. Plus the cleanup is so easy. You can put everything in the dishwasher when you're done. So, you know, you don't have to get different pots and pans. I don't know if you've ever, you know, made rice on the stove top where it sticks to the bottom. I can't wait to show you how this makes rice so perfectly. So here is another recipe that you could do. This is a penne chicken Alfredo. So you've got your Alfredo sauce and your broccoli, and then you just flip the little feet, put it right on top, and then put the chicken on top to make a whole complete meal, a one-pot meal in just 15 minutes.
You hit one button. There's no burner?
One button.
There's no, you don't worry, okay, now, and correct me if I'm wrong,
Yes.
because I didn't get a chance to play with this, which is rare because it started storming here for crying out loud. So I don't have, now you can load the app, you can use the recipes. I hit like that Speedy Cook thing.
Yep.
It figures, it does the heavy lifting
It
for
does
me.
the heavy lifting for you. And so that's why they created, Ninja created a meal builder. So you could select anything out of your refrigerator or your freezer or your pantry. And the Speedy Meal Builder will tell you the exact time and the exact temperature to put it in. So I can show you one that I made. So my husband loves a chicken satay. So in this one here, which is I think the light gray, which is really beautiful.
I gotta order mine right now.
I know. So this is one of my favorite, my husband's favorite recipes, but we adapted it for the Speedy using that meal builder. So this is some chicken satay. Look at how golden brown and delicious that is on the outside. I am just gonna lift the tray and kind of mix it in there with the rice. We did rice on the bottom.
I'm gonna do this real quickly.
Yeah,
All right,
of course.
Can you guys see how fluffy this is? Rochelle,
and how it's not sticking to the bottom.
Once more, I shouldn't have poured that rice in there. Did this start from dry?
This started from dry.
So, dry, if I had a box of pasta out here, I'd shake it for you.
Oh, absolutely.
Because this started from dry. You did both of them at once.
Both of them at once.
Both of them at once.
True one-pot cooking. True one-pot cooking. So I cooked the chicken and the rice at the same time. So the chicken was being air-fried while the rice was being steamed at the bottom. So what I just did now is I mixed in some cilantro and some lime.
I don't even know how this does it.
I know. It's magic, isn't it?
No, I'm serious. I'm like, how does this even work? Rochelle, we are so busy here. Do you guys want to get this for a little over $100? Can I tell you how? You apply and buy. It's already the lowest price in America. We're doing our $40 off apply and buy promotion. You get approved for that, you're taking $40 off your purchase. I mean, as if the incentive were not compelling enough. How long?
This took 15 minutes.
15 minutes.
For rice and chicken.
15 minutes.
Yes, for dinner.
Okay, I'm gonna do this again.
Yeah, for sure.
Started from dry pasta. Hey, Amanda, we don't have a box of dry pasta or rice if I don't show the brand. Can I just shake it? Does that mind? You know what I'm saying? Like, just because I want you to wrap your brain around this. You go to your pantry right now.
It's in the cup.
Okay. Oh,
we got some dry
here we go.
pasta in the cup.
Okay, so this started with
dry pasta.
this. These were raw. The broccoli was uncooked. This came from this in 15 minutes.
In 15 minutes.
In 15 minutes.
It's like you can't believe it. Like, and when I got it home, I was like, what? This is like magic. And so how it does that is it does it through steam. And so you might be familiar with pressure cooking, and that was really popular for a while. This is the newest technology on the market, and it's the only one that I know of that's available out there that steams and crisps at the same time. So it's gonna build up that steam to cook the rice, and then it's also going to do the air frying on the top. So look at also how the rice isn't sticking to the bottom, how it's just perfect in here. The fluffiness, the texture. I don't know if you've ever made a pot of rice on the stovetop before, and it really just congeals to the bottom. You know what I mean? And you end up having to soak it in the sink. So it's really easy cleanup as well.
I'm getting
are you buying it right now?
Okay, now here's what's kind of scary.
Shannon's shopping.
I don't know if HSN just started doing this, but when I put it in my cart, it tells me how many people have viewed the item. You know what it tells me? 37,447 people have viewed this item today.
Wow.
Do you know how many we have left? 1,500. 37,000 447 people have viewed this item today. Rick, how many do we have remaining? 1,400? How did that happen? Well, probably because 37,447 people looked at this. You know what that tells me? First of all, if you're new, welcome, and I'm always this energetic, but especially when I have Rochelle and Ninja in the kitchen, you know what that tells me? People watched this on HSN, and then you know what they did, Rochelle? They used the little Google machine. And then they put this in the little Google machine. And you know what came up in the Google machine? Let's show them on that if purchased separately. On the little Google machine, $199 came up in their search engine. You wanna know why I know that? Because I did it. Not only that, I don't care if I work here or not, I shop elsewhere. And at $199, let's show you in the graphics, 3,400, oh, I'm not sending it to my mom. Mom, I love you. But you can do that on the app, by the way. You can send it to other people. You can only take love so far, folks. But 37,447 people looked at it, they Googled it, they searched it, and guess what? We have almost as many people calling as we do have quantities remaining. So there's your chicken satay. I will say this, even as a food dehydrator, so I have sold food dehydrators on the air for $100. Yeah. So again, this is what I was talking about. 37,447 people looked at it. We have 1,400 left. When they Googled it, guess what came up in their search bar? $200 without that great little, baking tray, so you can steam cakes. So Rochelle, what are we doing in here?
We are gonna do some grits and bacon. And I wanna walk you through the front panel again because it does the speedy meals in 15 minutes, but it also does 12 other things. It does so much more. So you do have that rapid cooker function. This is what's new and what's innovative. So with the rapid cooker function, you can also do the speedy meals, which takes 15 minutes, steam and crisp. So that's when you wanna, create your own recipe and have it steam the bottom and do the air fry on the top. Also steam and bake, which Shannon loves. We'll show you that cake again because it's really amazing. Shannon's doing a dance over my shoulder, by the way, because she just bought one.
I did. I got the leg crank because I think we've only got like,
Shannon's
I know, I'm like,
dancing.
you just talk. I'm like, you just talk.
I love it. I
Rochelle,
love it.
You know what I did?
Yeah.
5 flex pay.
Because
I've been shopping a lot. I know you find that shocking.
No, but we work here, so of course we shop a lot, right? So in addition to the steam and crisp options, you also have all of the air fry functions over here. So you can air fry, saute, roast, bake, dehydrate, slow cook, and sous vide. So it does so much more than the speedy meals, but we call it the speedy because it will get your dinner done in 15 minutes. Rochelle,
I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna show you what's left, and I hate to do this to you. Remember, you can use the app or not, but it's kind of like those, there is an app on my phone where you do exactly what you do from Ninja. It's like, oh, I've got chicken and I've got broccoli in my refrigerator, what can I make? But you know the thing about that app? It doesn't cook it for you. It tells you what you can make with the ingredients in your pantry. It's kind of a cool app. I won't get into it, but it's not cooking it for you. This is cooking it for you. Steamed cake, you will lose your mind. I can promise you, if there's one of these bundt places in your part of the world, I have sold the bundt cakes on the air. They steam them. I'll just tell you that right now. The best bakeries in the world, if they're award winning, this was baked in a conventional manner. This was steam baked. Okay, oh, how many, Rick? Now we've only got 1,300 available, and if we count everybody in the ordering process, I have the last 1,000. I'm gonna have a meal in moments. I'm doing Valentine's Day surf and turf, and I'm keeping my hair curly. I'm not standing over. Do you know it would take you longer to boil a pot of water than you're doing in this 2-step chamber? I should point out, it's really no bigger than your air fryer, the profile. I'll have Rochelle get into that. We did penne pasta, and this amazing Alfredo, it started from this. It started from dry pasta, and this was all in one. One pot. You hit one button. This, I don't care if it's your favorite fast food restaurant in your refrigerator or frozen section. I defy anyone to tell me that those were not fried in oil. There's a new, they call it the Teriyaki Bowl restaurant that opened right by my nail shop, and they keep sending me over there, but I'm like, oh, I don't have the time. They're like, oh, but they're running a special, but I don't have the time. This, if you, for lack of a better term, like a teriyaki or a satay bowl.
Yeah, satay bowl.
If you love bowls, that was raw rice. You add the liquid on the bottom level, and then you add your chicken. 15 minutes?
15 minutes.
15 minutes.
15 minutes.
A Ninja food dehydrator for basically, it's like buying a dehydrator and getting a slow cooker and a sous vide and an air fryer and like a pressure cooker without the pressure.
Without the pressure
cooker, because that's how I make my steamed cakes.
Yeah.
What are you doing in this?
So now I'm doing grits and eggs and bacon all in one pot.
I love grits, but can I tell you, it's always a mess, it's always a hassle, and I'm like, I don't do it then.
They're so good though.
Yeah.
So we've got cheddar cheese, grits, and milk in there, and I'm just gonna pour the eggs right in. So just like that, they're gonna be like poached, they're gonna cook right on top, and then we're gonna do the bacon with the air fry function on the top.
Okay,
so I've got,
hold up. You're doing grits with eggs and cheese, and then
bacon.
What's gonna happen to the bacon?
So let me show you. So I've got the bacon already here on the crisper plate. It's gonna go right on top, and
raw
it's gonna
bacon.
be raw bacon. It's gonna be air fried in 15 minutes.
Okay, show me what you do.
So here on this side, we've got the smart switch pushed up to rapid cooker. It's got the steamy meals, or Speedi meals is what's selected. I'm just gonna reduce the time to 15 minutes because this is one of the ones that's already in the cookbook. And then hit start. It's gonna build up a little steam, and it's gonna cook in 15 minutes.
In 15 minutes. Which, by the way, remember, you can use the app or not, but so a lot of times with these presentations, people will record them, and and they'll say, how did she do this? How did she do that? You don't need to know. You can use the app or not. You can load things in. By the way, if you do a little search, this is a sensation on TikTok right now.
It is.
And when I got mine, have you gotten yours? Do you know there's a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee? So if this isn't the best flavor and time saver in the world, because nobody wants soggy bacon. No. I mean, you know,
I have to have crispy bacon.
I do too. I mean, nobody wants soggy French fries. And when you do get soggy fries, I can promise you it was fried in oil. So that was done, that started as raw bacon.
Started as raw bacon. So this is air fried bacon we did on top, super crispy and delicious. And then watch, I'm just gonna lift up the crisper plate, and there's our eggs and our grits.
In
so
17 minutes, you just adjusted the timing slightly.
Yep, just adjusted the timing.
Which you can do,
slightly.
I like that. So you could go one touch button.
And you can, like,
or
what's
not.
beautiful about this is instead of a pressure cooker is you can always take a peek, right? You know, there's no pressure being built up. So you can always kind of take a peek, and if you want your eggs done a little bit more or your steak done a little bit more, you can always add more time. It's very adjustable,
This is
you know.
genius.
But I love that I can cook all in one pot. I mean, we did the grain, the eggs, and the bacon all in one pot. So it's true one-pot cooking.
Okay.
And then look at how nonstick it is, too. I mean, you know how sticky grits can get.
Oh, for sure. And by the way, that is all, you know, dishwasher safe. I mean, so you take them out, you know, rinse them out underneath your sink. I mean, so it's not like anything that's hard to clean. I just want to show you what we have left. So let me show you what we've sold, and then let me show you what is left. So we've sold over 4,200. And here's what we have remaining. And
I love it. I love it.
do you realize, first of all, if you're new to HSN, boy, I want you to try this. You know the name Ninja. You know they are leaders in the kitchen. Do you know in terms of kitchen appliances here at HSN, they're really our leading name, and we are so proud to have them on the air here. But do you know they do things for us that they're not doing for the big Bullseye store. They're doing things that they're not doing for the website named after a river. They're doing things that you don't find at the Big W store. When I bought mine, and I hope you get yours, on my little, I won't show you my account because then you could like see everything I bought, but it told me 37,448 people looked at this on hsn.com today. 37,448 people searched. In fact, you know what they probably did? They probably didn't even intend to find, you know, HSN. They probably on their little Google machine said, oh, I want to see what this sells for at the place named after a river. I want to see what this sells at the Big Bullseye. I want to see what it sells at the Big W. Can I show you what they would have found? At retail, anywhere else in America, and only for my hour. Only for my hour. This is the final presentation. Those 37,000 people found it for $200. And frankly, even at the $200, it'd be a great deal because we're including that multi-purpose pan. But we're doing 5 flex pay. They're not doing that. So you can get this at home and you can try it as you buy it for a full month. We will include that big, it's almost like, well, it's your sous vide, container, whether you do sous vide or those steamed eggs or shrimp or pasta. That's all, dishwasher safe. There's your air frying tray. We're the only ones in America doing that baking pan, and then your quick start guide. And I want to remind you again, let me just reiterate, do you steam cakes in your instant fill in the blank? Do you use a separate air fryer to air fry? I could almost promise you you've got a separate slow cooker. We sold one last week as a weekly deal drop for $60, and that was our weekly deal drop price. Have you always thought, oh, I want to get those little egg bites that you get at the coffee shop? I, as a show host, spend $159 for one of those sous vide sticks, and frankly, it's kind of clunky because then I had to buy like the big plastic container and the clips and the things. This is built in. There's never, ever in history, forget the fact that it's the lowest price that we've found anywhere in America, there's never been a device like this anywhere. It's an air fryer. You can sous vide, you can steam and crisp, you can do those rapid meals, you can bake, you can broil your steak kebabs or your steaks, you can sear and saute, there's that sous vide, the air fryer, you can bake and roast. So you can actually, this is your oven, and all of this in a profile that's really not much, it's about the size of your air fryer. If you want my light gray, how many left, Rick? We have 300 of the light gray. That light gray is going, gone. I'll show you that again in a minute. But Rochelle, are those the Speedi 12in1? You can do the Speedi 12in1 meatballs in this.
You could. These are steak tips.
Oh, the steak tips.
These are steak tips. So we're doing like a little fajita steak burrito bowl. So we did our steaks on top, and then we did our rice and beans underneath.
Started from raw.
Started from raw. So this was like one of the box mixes. You know how you get the box mix that's got everything done in? Look at how we did both at the same time. You can see that the steak is nice and golden brown and delicious. It was air fried, and then underneath the steak, it cooked the rice and beans at the same time, all in one pot. So true one pot cooking. All in 15 minutes. So I love that I can do these quick and easy meals on a busy weeknight. You can just decide, look and say, this is what's in my freezer, this is what's in my pantry, here's what I can make. And you can add it all to the steamy meal builder.
Hitting one button. And do it from raw. Hey,
or frozen.
Rochelle, did you see that Amanda was giving us the thumbs up?
I think yours is ready. Yeah.
Can we do this? All right, Valentine's Day, because listen, nobody wants to be held hostage in the kitchen. Nobody wants to think about, okay, is it done yet? Unlike a pressure cooker, a guy likes to say this, if you're looking, you're not cooking.
Oh, true.
A pressure cooker, once you start, you cannot, it's harder to interrupt the process. Charcoal is gone. This is our classic gray. Rick, how many of the dark gray do we have? Oh, the sea salt, sorry. We have 780 of them. And then is it fewer than 300 of my light gray? Okay, a little over 200 on that light gray. So, Rochelle, I'm
Sure.
You're the expert at doing this backwards.
This is how easy it is. Look at the steam come from it. So Shannon, you made this meal. I'm gonna plate it for you here. So you did a little surf and turf. We've got your steak, we have your salmon, and then underneath we did your vegetables and rice. So look at how wonderfully that turned out.
Hey, Rick, can we show in the corner in that left panel graphic the Speedi 12in1 steak? That's actually the Speedi 12in1 steak that's coming up. Look at the caramelization on the steak and on the salmon.
And look at your rice and vegetables and things in here, how fluffy and delicious that is. So the textures are just perfect. Starting from raw, and we did your broccoli and beans to go with it.
Oh my heaven.
And in 15 minutes, and look at the steam coming from it. Look at how wonderful. It's all cooked at the same time, all ready to eat at the same time. True one pot cooking. So you only have one pot to clean at the end of dinner, but you were able to do your proteins and your rice and your vegetables all in one.
All
and it just looks delicious. I think I've got some parsley here. We'll make it fancy
I was looking for garnish.
Yeah, there we go.
She's looking for something to fancy it up.
Yes. A little cheese, a little parsley.
One button. I'm going to show you what's left again, and I apologize for this, but here's what I think has happened with this today. All right, we now have the last 1,000. And Rick, what do we, if we consider everybody in the various forms of ordering, probably 800 remaining. Okay, listen. There's a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. If you don't love this, send it back. Okay, this is gonna sound really bad. They're probably gonna get mad at me. You know you could buy this and you could sell it on a different website for more money. You know that, right? Because everybody else is. And I know that sounds weird, but I love those secondary websites, especially if I can't get something somewhere else. Honestly, I bought a Connie Craig Carroll ring the other day. I spent more than we're selling it here at HSN because I couldn't find it anymore. You go out anywhere in America, 37,448 people just did a search, not at hsn.com, did a search in the Google machine. 37,000 people looked at this here. Do you know what 37,000 people saw this selling for? $200 without the cake pan. $200 without the cake pan. Oh, by the way, and without flex pay. So we are doing 5 flex pan everything today, so that means for $32. I promise you, if you just, the egg bites, if you did that surf and turf, 15 minutes to fabulous, raw shrimp, raw steak, raw salmon. Put your penne pasta raw with stock or water or whatever liquid on the bottom. You don't mind, okay, now it's fewer than 1,000. So we have probably the last 600 if we consider everybody who's calling. Big reservoir, air fryer, the cake pan included, recipes, a quick start guide, and then don't forget, you can load the app if you wanna build your own meal. Rochelle, what's going on over here?
All right, so this is one of my favorite things to do because this was from Pantry and Frozen. So it solves that problem when you're like, what can I cook tonight? What do I have in my pantry? That Speedy meal builder is gonna really help you just save the day. And so what we did is some chicken cordon bleu that was frozen, and then we also did some
I can buy that frozen
orzo.
In the package.
These were frozen in the package.
And pretend I'm fancy.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's what I love to do. Yep. So then we also did some orzo with some frozen peas, and we just added some fresh tomatoes in with it. Look at how delicious this looks. And so we've got our vegetable and our orzo, and then we also have our chicken cordon bleu to put on top. This was an easy pantry meal. So I just looked at what we had in our pantry, what we had in our freezer, popped that into the Speedy meal builder, and then it gave us the exact time, the exact temperature. Let me cut into these too and show you.
And then I'm gonna steal your knife eventually.
Oh, absolutely. So let me cut into these and show you.
They don't dare have more than one knife when I'm on the set. I can't say that I blame them, Rochelle.
Oh boy, well look at the cheese, look at that chicken cordon bleu in there. Everything is just done to perfection, and it was really easy to do, and this just took 10 minutes.
Tell them again, that was frozen, that was raw.
Yes, so the chicken cordon bleu, so the chicken was raw, was frozen.
That was frozen,
We air
that was
fried
raw.
it, and then the orzo was raw, and then we just added some frozen peas in with it.
Talk to me a little bit about this beautiful thing.
Doesn't it look beautiful? So that's a pork roast. You do have a roast function as well,
so
and
there
it's covered in bacon.
So it's a built-in roaster. How did you do your, you could do your turkey breast. You could do your ham.
Exactly.
6-quart capacity,
yes,
right?
so it has a lot of capacity.
So it's like a 6-quart roaster, but I bet your roaster doesn't air fry. I bet your roaster doesn't sous vide. I bet your roaster doesn't slow cook on its own. I bet your roaster doesn't dehydrate. I bet your roaster, well, you could put your roaster probably under the broiler. Do you realize this is a cooking vessel in addition to being a cooking body? And even if you look at the caramelization, this is what's critical for me, because it harnesses really the concept of a pressure cooker without the pressure, meaning steam, which is the lowest fat, the healthiest way to cook. It keeps all of those nutrients in, but you set it and forget it. You don't babysit it. All right, we are saying, Rick, 4 minutes or sell out. You know why I can say sell out? We'll show them, if we can, how many we've sold and what's left, and then Rochelle will talk about that and I'll show the colors.
Sure.
We've sold 4,500. What's left? We have fewer than 900.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Wow.
So this is the recipe book,
This is the recipe
right?
book. I wanted to show you everything that we're making tonight here is included in the recipe book. So a lot of the different bowls, if you've seen, you're like, oh, that looks delicious. I wish I had that for dinner. We have that here in the recipe book. I'm getting ready to dig into some of these bites. So this is the next thing I'm gonna show you, and it's my favorite thing to eat all day, is these broccoli and cheese bites here. So these are air fried. So all of them are included in the recipe book, plus you're getting all of the charts in the back, and there's gonna be a QR QR code so you can scan it to go directly to that meal builder. So that way you can take anything in your pantry or your freezer and make dinner in 15 minutes and make it delicious.
You
So
can indeed.
I'm
By the way, look at how
these.
fluffy this rice is.
It's perfect.
Look at how fork tender that salmon is. Remember, the salmon started from raw. The rice started from raw. The beans started from raw. The broccoli started from raw. 15 minutes. You hit the one button, dinner is done. This is the best Valentine that you can give for yourself. Listen, if you have a lot of appliances like I do, Rochelle, I told you I have been white knuckling this all day. Because I do, I own a lot of Ninja appliances, and I thought the last thing I need is another appliance. But here's the thing, I don't have anything like this. No one has anything like this, correct?
Yeah, so these are the broccoli cheese bites. I've been eating these all day because they're really delicious. So it's broccoli cheese and bacon that's been air fried. This is, Shannon, this is my favorite way to eat vegetables.
You're right? Oh my gosh.
To have broccoli and cheese. But these taste so delicious. This recipe is included in the cookbook. So it will air fry. It will also sous vide and roast and bake and do all of these beautiful things. But it will also make your dinners for you in 15 minutes. It's new, it's innovative. You know, nobody else has a rapid cooker out on the market. Ninja kind of invented this to help us get dinner on the table quickly.
It's true.
And
it's
I love
genius.
it.
Here's the thing I want to show. Do you see how juicy that is? And we didn't turn it. We nothing. So that was not fried in butter. It was, but even though a sirloin, which is coming up with Speedi 12in1, is a very lean cut of steak, it's still very, very juicy. Do you see how that salmon is fork tender? Do you see the caramelization? So even though I have fluffy, soft, not a clump of rice, like, you know.
And you made that live on air, and you didn't even know what you were going to make. You decided it as you were going.
All of this started from raw. Okay, what's going on over here?
All right, so I know we've got limited time. I want to be able to show this last thing. So this is a Mediterranean-style bowl with lamb meatballs, and then we did quinoa underneath. And so this is kind of like that restaurant-quality style bowl that you can now do at home in just 15 minutes.
Okay. Are
you digging into the cheese bites? Those are delicious. That's the broccoli and cheese. Those are really, really delicious. I've been eating those all day, Shannon. This is how I like to have my vegetables. With bacon and cheese.
Okay, was that air fried?
That was air fried. Right? That was air fried. And that recipe is included in the book. Oh, so now I'm doing a little quinoa and meatballs with a little side salad. And I've got lunch ready to go for the week if I'm meal prepping and I want to do 4 meals on Sunday for me to have lunch to take to work. Or, you know, if you're serving if you've got your friends over. But it does the grain and the protein all in one pot. You can see the quinoa is not sticking to the bottom of the pot there. So we did the meatballs on top, the quinoa underneath, and we were able to make a complete meal all in one bowl. All in 15
in fact,
minutes.
It's so funny. The meal I was going to make before it stormed and I got rained out was going to be quinoa, and I tell you, because it's a hassle. I'll just tell you that right now.
I usually call quinoa the glitter of the kitchen because it just gets everywhere.
I know, and you know what? And it's, you know, just like the grits, though. I love grits, but grits, you know, it's a process.
Yeah.
Okay, so the clock is expired. Mark, I'm sorry, I'm going to come around this way because I need to show the colors and what's left. So for those of you out there who are watching, now is the time for you to take action. What is this? Ninja is our leading name when it comes to appliances here at HSN. Because we deal with the big boys, they're doing this for us and no one else, and they're doing it for today. This is a this day only price. The price expires after my show. This is your final shot, your last airing. If you're watching, maybe, remember how I got mine? If you were one of the 37,000 people who viewed this today at HSN, who just went to the Google machine. They didn't even like, oh, I'm gonna see what HSN has. I'm sure some of them were. They put in the Google machine, let's see who's got the lowest price in America. You know who came up? We did. You know how long it's gonna last? This hour. Them's the rules. John's like, you don't have many rules. That's one I know you're gonna follow. So here's, oh, no kidding, we've only got 700 of these. So if we take everybody into consideration, I have the last 300. Don't wait, don't hesitate. We're doing 5 flex pan everything. We're gonna pay to send this to you. You can take another $40 off if you apply and buy. $40 off on our HSN credit card right now. Hardest thing you're gonna have to do, yes, you get this deep dish reservation reservoir. This also doubles as your sous vide carafe, if you will. There's your air frying basket. We're the only ones in America, remember, and we'll show you the if purchased separately. Anywhere else this is selling for $200 and nobody gets that cake pan. I bought it literally to steam cakes. I'm not even kidding. So we have a final 100 on my light gray, and then that means the last 600, am I doing my math right, on the sea salt? Oh, I'm sorry, about 500. It's kind of like my checkbook. There's less in my checking account than I pretend there is. So 500 only of the sea salt, and last, what, 300 of the light gray. Rochelle, do you have other things? Oh, I'm sorry, last one? Do you see? Last 100 of the light gray. All right, even if you're just enjoying or trying HSN for the first time, you need to be calling now. Hey, Mark, can we do this? All right, 15 minutes from raw.
These are 15 minutes. I'm looking forward to eating these, which is why I'm carrying this plate. So this is the air-fried broccoli bites. The recipe's included.
15 minutes.
15-minute meal.
15 minutes, cordon bleu from Frozen. You can also roast in this, but look at how crispy. Okay.
Burrito bowl, 15 minutes.
15 minutes.
We also did eggs and bacon and grits, 15 minutes,
right.
all in one pot.
Okay, raw, crispy, raw, crispy. It came out at the same time.
Because it's steaming from the bottom and it's crisping from the top. This is one of our baked goods, so this is a little French toast casserole. The cake is coming, you have to see the cake. The cake is coming up here.
Dehydrate.
15 minutes for a chicken satay bowl.
From raw.
From raw rice.
One device, one
button. And then here's that cake. Here's that steamed cake.
Just like the award-winning bakeries.
Yes.
Even your French fries, crispy, crispy. And again,
yes.
Is this what's in your pantry right now? Do you have this in your, I know you do, or something. You got spaghetti, you got penne, you got something? What's in your pantry? Okay, you know, how about this in 15 minutes?
With shrimp and broccoli, all in one pot, all in 15 minutes. So you're able to cook. I mean, there's no other air fryer that can also do pasta and rice this beautifully.
Boom. Okay, how many left? 500? 600? 700? Okay. Okay, last 600 with everybody in the ordering process. We've got fewer than 400. Call, call, call. Get yours. You will love this. We didn't get to air the Ninja Storm.
Not yet. Not yet, but we will. We will.
It's like going to a restaurant. They don't ask you how the meal is until you start to take a bite from something.
It's delicious. Here, I'll give you one too if you'd like. Some little broccoli cheese bites.
I know. Honestly, and that recipe is included. The storm. Can we at least show them, Rick? Okay. Or no. Or if you go to the, what am I doing?
The Ninja Storm's one of my favorites. So if you go to hsn.com, it's probably my favorite and most loved used blender.
Oh, yeah.
But unfortunately, we couldn't air it tonight because we had the Speedi.
We're gonna sell out of your TS. I'm so glad I got to do it with you. Okay, I love you.
Great to see you.
Good to see you.
Have a great night.
All right. Okay, so John Florell heard me say, what am I doing? And he what am I doing? You're making me do a break? Why? Oh. Here's what they're saying in my ear. You're supposed to talk about streaming. Does that count? No. Steam Steam. Look I'm still thinking Steam. Yeah, you could Steam HSN Plus. Or you could stream it. I bet you could steam it with your Ninja. And that's free. That's a total shopping experience. All the shows you know and love. Exclusive shows, events, favorites, deals that can't be beaten. That is free any place you stream, and you can do it now at hsn.com. Okay, that counts, right? Okay, you want me over here? This side?